Coming up, Legends Division single competition with Curt Hennig, Mr. Perfect, accompanied by Bobby the Brain Heenan, in a non-title matchup with the Legends World Champion, the Hot Scot, Roddy Piper.
The following non-title Legends Division match, scheduled for one fall, with a 15-minute time limit. Coming down the aisle, along with Bobby the Brain Heenan, from Robbinsdale, Minnesota, weighing 234 pounds, Curt Hennig, Mr. Perfect.
Whether in single competition or in tag team action with his partner Lex Luger, Mr. Perfect almost always delivering a perfect match, if you will. Tonight, in this non-title match with the Hot Scot Roddy Piper, Mr. Perfect hoping to prove that he is worthy of a shot at the Legends World Championship.
Definitely not impossible, Don. Mr. Perfect would make a terrific Legends World Champion. The only thing standing in his way is Roddy Piper,
who has held on to that Legends World title with both hands since taking it away from Stone Cold Steve Austin months ago.
So far, plenty of folks have tried, but Piper's skill is amazing, and his luck is ungodly. But Curt Hennig is one of those guys that could take down the Hot Scot if he applies himself to the task.
His opponent, from Glasgow, Scotland, weighing 236 pounds, the RWL Legends World Champion, Roddy Piper.
They say familiarity breeds contempt, and Roddy Piper is certainly familiar and contemptuous of Curt Hennig, Mr. Perfect, especially when we're talking about the Legends World Championship being in jeopardy, which it is not tonight, but could be if Mr. Perfect picks up a win here.
He knows Piper from their past encounters, so it's not undiscovered country or anything. But we go right back to Hot Rod, guarding that belt with his life these days. And he doesn't look very worried about dropping this non-title matchup with Mr. Perfect. Only possible wildcard would be Bobby Heenan, who I wish Curt Hennig would have left backstage.
You know, I kind of wish the same thing. He's not as bad as welfare Popeye, but he's still a nuisance.
And it's no great military secret that if things start to go south for Mr. Perfect, Bobby the Brain Heenan will almost certainly intercede on his behalf. The Perfect One with a huge opportunity to prove himself here if he can take down the Hot Scot. Referee Walt Rothburn sounds the bell. Perfect charges clothesline, puts Piper out on the floor immediately. Hot Rod makes his way back in, annoyed but undaunted, winds him up. Mr. Perfect into an abdominal stretch. Mr. Perfect counters that into a hip toss. The Perfect One drives a knee into the arm of Roddy Piper. Follows that up with a stomp to the face and a stomp to the back of the head as Bobby the Brain Heenan looks on, cheering on Mr. Perfect. Here's a hard shot from Piper. Piper with a gouge of the face. And another. Roddy Piper definitely not fooling around here. Oh, inverted atomic drop right in the lower regions. Perfect whip to the ropes. A duck under and a rising knee takes Mr. Perfect down to the mat. Roddy Piper dribbling the head of Mr. Perfect against the canvas like a basketball. Now following that up with hard right hands to the side of the temple of Mr. Perfect. Roddy Piper catches a jawbreaker from Curt Hennig. A clothesline takes Piper down. Piper quickly back up again, but right back down into a drop toe hold from Mr. Perfect. Perfect trying to stretch that leg, but Roddy Piper counters with a series of shots. Frees himself from Mr. Perfect. Charges, there's a clothesline, takes Perfect down to the canvas. Piper covers, hooks the leg. One. But nope, Mr. Perfect getting the right shoulder up. Piper misses with the clothesline, catches the German suplex from Mr. Perfect. Perfect moves in, goes for the cover. One. Man, this match has been going fast. The Perfect One rounds up Piper, winds up the arm, gets him down on the knee, stomps the shoulder. Mr. Perfect going to work on the arm of Roddy Piper. A wise strategy to be sure. A hard right stuns Piper. Piper quickly counters with a right of his own. Gets a hold of Mr. Perfect. Gets a hold of the trunks. Has him up for the long vertical suplex. The Hot Scott. Watching as Mr. Perfect rolls out to the floor. Takes himself to the top turnbuckle on the far right. And here we go. Boom. Double axe handle right across the head of Curt Hennig. A stomp to the arm from Roddy Piper. A series of hard lefts right to the head of the Perfect One. Bobby Heenan looking on. No doubt in some degree of horror. Roddy Piper gouges the face of Mr. Perfect. There's a chop, there's another, there's a right. And the Perfect One catches an atomic drop. Bobby Heenan beating it the hell out of town here, giving these guys a wide berth. Mr. Perfect drives Piper into the ring steps as Bobby Heenan quietly walks away. Mr. Perfect snaps the arm on Piper. Parlays that into an armbar. Curt Hennig back on his feet before Piper. Gathers him back up to a standing position. Decides to take himself back inside the ring. Roddy Piper in hot pursuit. Moves in on Mr. Perfect. They lock it up. Perfect whip to the far left corner. Piper with a series of machine gun punches takes Perfect down to a seated position. Roddy Piper charges. Sets it. Oh, a slap to the face. Thought it would be much more, but Bobby Heenan already disapproving of Roddy Piper's treatment of his merchandise. Mr. Perfect, meanwhile, laid out as Piper goes back to work delivering hard lefts to the side of the head of Mr. Perfect, follows that up with a slap to the face. Piper paying no attention to Bobby the Brain Heenan into a sleeper hold, but too close to the rope, says the referee. Bobby Heenan, seen quite enough, going to disengage that turnbuckle. The referee warning him off here. Here's Piper with another cover. 1, 2, 3, and just like that, this one is all over. Roddy Piper defeats Mr. Perfect. Let's get the official time.
Here's the time, 4 minutes and 51 seconds. And your winner, Roddy Piper.
So once again, the Hot Scott, Roddy Piper picking up another win, another non-title win against Curt Hennig, Mr. Perfect, who may have to go back to the drawing board in his hunt for championship gold. The Hot Scott absolutely firmly in control of Mr. Perfect almost from the first bell to the last. And what an encounter between these two. Ladies and gentlemen, when we return, it will be our main event, the Rage Television Championship, on the line when we come back.